Hello, everybody. This is Fred Quinones from qtheexperts at eXp Realty. I'm here with Carlos Ramos from Guild Mortgage. As you know, we've had him a couple of times here, and we're very honored to have him again. He is by far from us, Nicole and Fred, one of the top loan officers here in the Tampa Bay area. So we're thankful for having you. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me back on. And check is in the mail for that one. You know,
Yeah.
top LO,
Ka-ching!
coaching. Yeah, all is good. I'm outside, even though it's a little chilly today. But I mean, this evening it's all good in the hood. So what's happening?
Yeah,
What's new,
so
Fred?
so I just wanted to ask a little bit, for our viewers to get a little pulse of, the state of mortgages
Okay.
now compared to the way it was kind of last year or even like a few months ago.
Yeah. Okay, man. You got some time for this because this is gonna be. There's a lot going on right now.
Sure.
Last year, I mean, obviously we had the pandemic start and everybody went on a frenzy to purchase a home and just went crazy. So the industry just went wild trying to figure out how to keep up with all this going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been an interesting time. There are a lot of people buying right now, and what we're seeing in the market now versus last year is everybody coming in here. They're all moving from out of state.
Yes.
So we're getting a lot of out of town buyers that are coming here and their income is not changing versus what it was up north. Most of the time when you get people that are moving here from out of state,
Mm-hmm.
their income usually decreases. And then
Yep.
we have to ask them, hey, is your pay changing, anything like that? And that's not really happening right now. So the Floridians that are here now trying to buy a house are getting outbid by a lot of people coming from out of state because of the pandemic, with us being wide open. In the lending side, not much has changed other than if you're self-employed. So we all know everybody wants to be an entrepreneur and there's a lot of self-employed people, but what you have to understand is we do have guidelines in place for self-employed buyers, especially now with the pandemic. Now, not every self-employed person made money last year.
Yes.
So we understand that tax returns are going to show a lot of losses. So
Mm-hmm.
depending on what industry is, and unfortunately, we have to hit you with those losses, which stinks. So there's nothing in the playbook that says we have to give you an exception because of the pandemic. You follow what I'm saying? It just doesn't
Sure.
work that way. You
So
know.
ultimately, if they're self-employed, like you do need to recognize that when you're going for lending, you do need to provide tax returns to show that you've been making X number of dollars a month
Yeah.
to be able
Yep.
to afford the mortgage that you're trying to get approved for, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So for a self-employed person, we're looking at their business bank statements, personal bank statements, 3 months, 2 years of tax returns, profit and loss statements. There's just a lot that goes into it, but it just has to make sense. It's just like if you came up to me and you want to borrow $250,000, $300,000, of course I'm going to ask you, how are you going to pay me back?
Of course.
And the lenders are not doing anything different. So they're not trying to be jerks and give you a hard time that, oh no, you don't qualify, we can't do this. It's just that it's their money, so they want to make sure that you have the ability to repay the loan.
Sure.
You
So
know,
did you notice a difference in the way that, you know, your company and other lenders have been looking at, self-employed people from last year to here, or
oh
was it
yeah,
really the prior year, the 19
yeah,
to 2020?
yeah. 19, it was normal. Normally it's 2 years tax returns. We really didn't ask for profit and loss statements,
Mm-hmm.
and we can analyze the 2 year tax returns. Now, we're at 2 years tax returns, but like, let's look at 2020, what happened. So
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be a lot of people that took a lot of losses. And now those people, unfortunately, might not be able to buy a home,
Sure.
or refinance their home too, because I do
Sure.
refinances as well. So we have to look at that, and then there's other people that are able to purchase a home right now, put money down, and they're okay. So it's just a matter of who the buyer is and what they're going. Now, of course, we both know what's the biggest problem we have right now. What's that? Inventory.
Inventory.
So we
Yep.
have to, we have more buyers now
Yep.
than we do have inventory.
Yep.
Okay. And this is more than it's been in over the years. The average medium income per, I mean, I'm sorry, the average medium age of a buyer right now is 33.
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're coming. They
Yeah.
want to buy houses, so you just
So,
got to help them out.
yeah, of course, and that's why I'm here. And you.
And me.
Yeah. So, I think you touched upon a good thing that I wanted to see if we can just discuss real quick when it comes to like people who are potentially trying to purchase a home out of state, especially if they want to relocate here.
Yep.
I'm assuming, and I'll let you speak to that, there's a misconception that, if you're bringing a lot of money, because once again, homes are selling across, the country above
Yep.
list prices in many instances. So people are walking out of state with a lot of equity, a lot of money in hand.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of a misconception, and prove me if I'm wrong, that if you come down here with that and you don't have income like a job, and you don't have like, maybe Social Security where you're getting a check
Oh, I
each
know where you're
week,
going with this. Oh,
that,
yeah.
that you would still be able to buy a house and get lending without, consistent employment. So can you
Yeah, I
talk
just
about
had this
that?
happen to. Yeah, look, I'm glad you brought that up because this is a great topic. I actually just had a few people that came to me. Hey, I sold my house up in New York. I have a ton of money. I want to buy a house. I was self-employed up there. I'm going to start my business here. What do I got to do? Well, guess what? You got to wait 2 years, because you have to build you're not in New York anymore. You're in Florida. So you
Sure.
have to build your business up again to show that you qualify. You cannot just move here with $250,000, $300,000 and think, okay, here you go, I can buy a house. Yes, you can if you purchase it cash.
Yes.
You're not going to get a mortgage. Now,
So,
there are loans. There are people that are coming here with millions of dollars. Can they get a loan without a job? Of course. We have
yeah,
loans to fit that need. That's a different bracket.
sure.
But a normal person with $250,000, $300,000 extra in cash because they sold their house up north or west or wherever they're coming from, it's just not that easy. They
Yeah,
most likely will have to pay cash.
sure. So what's some advice that you would give somebody who's planning to sell their house in another
Mhm.
state, wants to come and live in paradise down here, has potentially either a business or a job, but needs to sell their house to get the equity to have the money for a down payment,
Mhm.
but is not quite sure, like, what advice would you give them before they take the plunge and go
Yeah.
that route?
I guess they need to look at that time frame for sure. If you'd be surprised. Some people do have the money where they can actually buy it ahead of time,
Hmm.
and you only need 10% to buy a second home here in Florida.
Hmm.
So some people can actually, stay there. They have their employment up north. They buy the house here now as a vacation home, and then in the future they can move here and do whatever they want. So they should look at that. Like, what is your time frame? If
Sure.
you plan on coming overnight, then all bets are off. But if you're looking 6 months, a year from now, let me get ready to retire. Can think about, can you qualify right now to buy that home with what you have up north or in your other house, and then see if you can get into the house that way.
Sure.
It's going to be a lot easier than just walking in. Oh, I just drove in from Florida. I mean, I'm sorry, just drove to Florida. I'm here today, and voila, I want to buy a house. It just
Yeah.
doesn't work that way. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear the rain. It's starting to rain right now. Good thing I'm under the umbrella.
Yeah. Carlos is working in all sorts of conditions.
Yes.
So I
Hey,
thank
whatever
you.
we got to do.
Yeah, no, so I thank you for having this discussion, because I think
Yeah,
it's
man.
very important for people to understand this, especially if you're coming from out of state. And, it is
Talk to
interesting.
professionals like us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think consumers, families out there, if you're looking to purchase a house, and call Fred, call Nicole, call Q the experts, get in touch with them, talk to them, see what the state of real estate is and wherever you want to move to
of
before
course.
you jump and make that decision that you may regret.
Yes. And then what we conversely do is, after they've talked to us to kind of understand what their plans and goals are, the second person we have them talk to is someone like yourself, because then you can explain to them, what is really in front of them as far as getting,
Exactly.
qualified for their dreams here in paradise. So,
That's right.
yep. So, hey,
The
Carlos,
Florida lifestyle, rain,
for
get away
five
from the snow,
minutes,
come here.
yeah, no, and it's only for, a half hour, and
Oh,
then going
it's
right back.
already slowing down, man. It's just, It's already sold out. You know how it is here. You know, it could be raining on
Absolutely.
that sidewalk and not that sidewalk.
Well, once again, all of Carlos's information to reach out to him is and will be provided on the video.
Awesome.
If you have any questions about real estate, obviously you know to reach me, Fred Quinones, or Nicole Quinones at Q the Experts at eXp Realty. And if you need any questions answered about lending from Florida, please by all means call Carlos Ramos at Guild Mortgage in the information that's provided. So thank you so much, Carlos, once again for all your wisdom and
No, thanks
just
for having
being
me, man.
amazing. We love you to death here. So
Appreciate you, man.
have a great day.